My first job postgraduate school was really difficult for me. I felt like I'd run the 26.2 miles required to complete the marathon, and then the finish line was moved back and I was expected to run 30 and 32, and I'd run out of gas. Now I was aware that depression was starting to set in. Now I knew that exercise can be just as effective as SSRIs, so that's what I felt like I could do. I strapped on my tennis shoes and I walked and I walked and I walked every day. And I felt like I could walk to Canada and back some days in order to shake the day off of me. And then I'd go back and do it again. I was pretty miserable. And so I just kept walking and I kept walking, and again, eventually the depression started to lift, but I was still really unhappy in the situation that I was in. And then one day, the opportunity of a lifetime came to me. And I decided to apply to be the psychologist on the ship of Semester at Sea. Now, this was something that I would typically be terrified to do and find every reason in the world why I should give in to my fear. But as I said, I was miserable enough. I took the opportunity, I applied, and I got the job. And one of our stops was in China. And I got to tour the Great Wall of China. And so we climbed up with our guide, and he gave us some free time. We had a few hours just to kind of do whatever we wanted to do. And here I was chaperoning 80 college students on my own. And then some of us just kind of walked up the wall, and I don't know if you've ever seen it or visited, but it's a pretty treacherous hike. And so we just walked and walked and walked, and people started to dwindle, and there was only 3 of us left. And eventually we climbed to the highest point that we could safely go. And I stopped and looked around and realized what an amazing experience that was, and all the beautiful scenery that I got to see. I mean, you could see the Great Wall of China from space. And there I was standing at the highest point that I could get. And I would not have been able to experience that had I not conditioned myself. When I walked and I walked and I walked in all of my misery, I had no idea where I was headed. I didn't know that was going to lead me the greatest experience of my life. And that's what I want to challenge you to do, is start now, because you have no idea what's coming. You can gain confidence in your ability when you're willing to do the work.